YouTube? It's your boy Dev back again for another first listen. My nigga Pliz ain't. And today we are going to take a listen to the new Meek Mill album called Wins and Losses. Now, Meek Mill, he's been away for a little bit. He's been giving us like little EPs here and there, like little teasers with Meek and music and whatnot and stuff like that. So he's still been around, but he's just been very low-key lately. And with this album, Wins and Losses, obviously, we know when everybody thinks of Meek Mill, not everybody, but like you have Meek Mill fans and stands that are on his side. And then, of course, you have the rest of the U.S. that are sitting here like, damn, Meek Mill just takes L's. That's all he does is takes L's. It was really a bad year, you know, past 2 years for Meek Mill. For me, I just say he should have just kept focusing on the music. Don't worry about all that stuff and whatnot. But like I said, you know, life takes a turn sometimes. And, you know, he got, you know, relationship with Nicki Minaj and that didn't end well. And obviously the Drake and you know, Meek back and forth with the diss tracks and whatnot. So, you know, I couldn't say that was like a bad time because he's still rich. You know, he's still rich no matter what. Everything's going to be fine. But I wouldn't say that was like one of the better times in his life. So I guess this album is about that, wins and losses, you know, where he took W's and where he took L's. So I think he's just going to acknowledge that. We got 17 tracks here. You know, that's a lot of tracks. But, you know, with Meek, sometimes what people would say with Meek is he gets a little repetitive. We all know, you know, Meek's screaming into the mic. You know, obviously the beats are always on point, get you hyped. But it, like I said, sometimes Meek gets a little repetitive to me, at least. We're just gonna see what this man got offers for us. You know, 17 tracks. It's been a while since I listened to Meek. I know a lot of y'all been waiting for it, so we just gonna get right into this. Hey, but like always though, been fucking talking too much. Let's get right into this. We got Wins and Losses by Meek Mill. Y'all ready? Alright, we got track 1. Wins and Losses. I say one thing, bro. Every intro from Meek Mill has been fuego.
Yeah, niggas started losing news now. Was laughing at that. So I went and bought me a donut for the head to the back. Fuck, new drag, new bricks on the way down.
Hey.
That's your bitch on the way down. Oh. Mama told me if you fall, never stay down.
Oh.
Stand down, put them cup, take them all buzz. Little bitch, come in, little bitch. Bitch, try to tell my lights out of still lit.
Yeah.
Streets cutting in his head with some real shit.
Yeah.
Let's sit, let's follow.
I told you, this nigga never failed with the intro. Nigga never failed with the intro, bro. Alright, man. Hey, like I said, man, look, Meek gonna always come in with the intro. The intro's always gonna be fire. That's just something you can't sleep on. Like, that's just, I think that's his staple in his career. Like, that's one of the things he always does. He just brings you in. He knows that from the get-go, from the jump. I'm gonna grab you by the throat and I'm gonna be like, look, man, listen to what I got to say, fam. And you can be like, alright, man, I'm right here, bro. Like, I'm right here. Track 2, Heavy Heart.
I gave this hustle everything I got. Always kept it real from the very start. Niggas ain't thorough like I always thought. Damn, the game left me with a heavy heart.
It's that LeBron shit, right?
I kept it trillin' from the very start. See so many people cross me, don't know where to start. That bitch left me with a heavy heart. Yeah, my dog talking on my back and I'm like, let him talk. I won't say his name, but he gon' feel it shit in every book. Feeling shit in all my verses was really worth it. Me, I'm tripping. Hoping this paranoia from all the shit that we been in. Stop. Niggas ain't thorough like I always thought. Damn, the game left me with a heavy heart. The streets left me with a heavy heart.
I like this one, man. I like this one.
With you when they really not. The whole team up. I had the whole squad lit. I had the city poppin'. I told my dog to listen to him. He caught up in that gotcha. They want to see you in the hood back when you ain't got shit.
That nigga speaking is real. Man, look, man, I already told you, like, I like when Meek makes tracks like this because I feel like he got so much aggression in his voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, sometimes, you know, he may scream over the top a little bit. It sounds like he's scream rapping. But for the most part, you could tell that he's very emotional about his music, man. You know, he putting his all into it. And, you know, that's real emotion, you know what I'm saying? That's not no fake shit. Like, he really feeling this shit. So that track, Heavy Heart, man, you know, like, he probably had some real heavy shit on his mind right there. And that shit was just, like, weighing in on him. So, like, that's crazy, man. I like tracks like this from Meek. Like, I don't mind the hype tracks because I think he does a good job at it as well. I think it's just sometimes it gets too much, you know. So if he can like keep it half with this right here, man, we got something here. We got something here. Track 3, Fuck That Checkup. Track 3, F That Checkup. Hold on, let me get the curse words out, you know, because apparently I don't give a nigga no ads. Featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
You can't swim, you gonna drown, ho.
Jenna, what happened?
Say you leave. Bad little daddy, she got body. I'm on break.
Yeah.
She on mine.
Yeah.
Sipping Fuck that channel.
I don't think that's safe.
My car don't got room. Yeah, I put all of the crop in the front. Get my engine up phone. Don't leave no message.
Okay.
That girl was swerving me, diamonds, emergency belly. 911.
Okay, Uzi.
Like, don't rush my shoes.
I don't think he said yeah or a at any point in that verse right there. That's what I'm talking about. You know, progression. That's all I'm saying. You know, progression. As a rapper, he's starting to grow. And if he could shy away from that, what he used to do, like I'll actually give a couple more listens to him and give him an actual chance, cause that verse right there wasn't really that bad from Uzi Vert. I can't even lie. Okay, so that track right there, another one, man, another hype track. We already understand. Like I said, surprising verse from Lil Uzi Vert. I was not mad at all about that. He definitely did his thing on that track. Meek Mill, I think he did a little bit better, but that wasn't a bad track. Like a hype track, I understand what it is, hype track. So, like I said, hey, 3 tracks so far. We solid, 3 tracks. We got track 4, Whatever You Need, featuring Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign. And we obviously know that this is probably gonna be a slow track because 2 R&B singers. Come on. Well, the R&B side, you know. I know. At least we know he still fought with Tory. That nigga Breezy be doing his thing, bro. Regardless of all his troubles, Breezy be doing his thing, man. Alright, man, my opinions on that track, using that old school beat, you can never go wrong with that, man. Like, as long as you don't murder it, it's always gonna get a nostalgia feel to us older people. That, man, Chris Brown, his talent is limitless. I always said it, man, like no matter, you have to, not to say you have to overlook his disciplinary issues, but I feel like, you know, when it comes to, you know, his job, he does a very good job at it, man. Like, no doubt about it, man. Like, the man can sing his ass off. He can rap. He makes hits after hits after hits. He's just a troubled young man. That's what I say. Not even saying young, because he about the same age. Like, he just got a lot of trouble going on. And Ty Dolla $ign, I like Ty Dolla $ign, man. You know, 2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign doing their thing. You know, like I said, they give that little sound to it, give that little extra flavor to the track. Meek Mill, I knew he was gonna bring a track like this. Like, he always does it on his album. He brings that one track that's like a radio hit, you know, radio friendly. I think the last album when he did it with Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown too. You know, yeah. So shit like that. Everybody was fucking with it, so it was definitely a radio hit. You always need one track like that. I always say you always need a radio song. Shout out to Danny Brown. You always need a radio song. Track 5, 1942 flows. Okay.
Killing up, new dawn, Herman Cease. I let the chillin' up, just to kill him softly. Ooh, get him on me, tryna crucify me like Jesus. The way she crossed me up,
Kill him softly. Ooh.
back when I was broke, they was cool with it. Now every move I make, I'm in the news with it. Even if I ain't do it, they be like, you did it. My teacher always used to tell me you gon' lose, nigga. That's why I never went to school, nigga. These niggas wanna take my life. No weapon form against me every time I pray at night.
Yeah.
School without these in the phantom, that's the way of life. And me before they best friends like that was dice. Tipping 1942 like it's clean. I done seen all these niggas tryna downplay my dreams.
Yeah.
So I'ma give it to them every time I'm on the scene.
Yeah.
Pull up, ghost. Talk. This is my cocky flow. Damn, Daniel, why you stunned Mr. Miyagi though? This
Damn, Daniel.
that rose gold can't come in like 94.
Oh,
You
man.
ain't nothing to me and tell you how I got to go, right?
So like I said, man, I honestly wouldn't mind if the whole album is the rest of the album is like this, man. I like when he speaks on his soulful side. Like this, he's just speaking real shit, man. Like you can never go wrong when you speaking something real, especially like when you're a big artist like this, man. Nobody gonna look at you sideways or anything because you speaking from your heart, man. You speaking what's on your mind. You speaking real life emotions, man. That's why I think like people not gonna see through that. People gonna look directly at you and be like, yo, I'm feeling exactly what you're saying. So I think that, to me at least, I like this Meek. I like when he does this. But I know a lot of y'all like the hype Meek. You know, which is not a problem. You know, it's not a problem. You know, teach their own. All right, so man, this is a new thing I'm gonna start doing on my channel. I know I like just out of nowhere, but if I don't like a track, I'm not gonna just actually go through it to edit it. I'm just gonna explain why for the track I didn't like. So that therefore it saves a little bit more time, which allows me to actually get more videos out. So track 6 Issues was one of the tracks I didn't really feel. I feel like it was just a normal Meek Mill song, you know, with the beat, you know, just boom, 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 and Meek Mill just rapping. But I mean, it really didn't do anything for me. You know, it's not something that I haven't heard from Meek Mill. I felt like he could do it better than that. Other than that, you know, from a music standpoint, I didn't like it. Like, it just didn't do anything for me. Maybe it's because I'm already used to Meek Mill doing stuff like that. I don't know, but I wasn't really feeling it. So we gonna start doing that. Track 7, We Ball, featuring Young Thug.
They thought I lost, they did, but now they all busting you is it's gonna cost. I think Chino shut the casket on the calling. I just wanna see my niggas flossing. 100 bands every month. When they came out, I seen the footage on the tape.
Yeah.
Kicking shit with all these bitches like you can again. Relax your mind and kick your feet, man.
Why he try Kevin Gates like that? Why he try? Yeah. That nigga Thugger really do got the voice for some emotional shit, you know? Alright, man, my opinions on this album. Damn, we not even album. We halfway. My opinions on this track, though. At first, I was gonna say, like, man, is this some of that, like, My Beautiful Thugger Girl type shit? Because it sounded like it was gonna be some country beat at the beginning. But then, you know, the song kept going. I like Meek Mill. Like, you can hear it. Like I said, another track that was really sad. I always say Young Thug is very good at this, making tracks very emotional, because the pitch in his voice gets real high. Not saying he sounds like a girl or whatnot, but his pitch in his voice gets real high, and then he just gets real emotional with it, and then you can actually feel him, you know, through the screen or through your you know, speakers or whatever. You can just feel the pain in this man's voice, and it's just like, okay, Thug, I feel you, bro. Like, you done been through some things, man. I feel you. Track 8, These Scars, featuring Future and Gordon Banks.
Let's go twice, get jail, run a monopoly. Don't let him trick you out of these spots. Nigga, you got to be. It's hard, it was more.
Alright, so Gordon Banks is a singer. That riding the rave like a shotter. Okay, I feel you. Bullet! And a bullet! I like that beat. I like that beat. I felt like the beat was very sci-fi. It was very spacey. I like the sounds that were there. Future. You know, whenever it comes to Future, everybody thinks that it's automatic fire when you get a Future track. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like, you know, Future back then, yeah, maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, yes, even last year. Even though, I wouldn't even say that. With Hendrix and Future, it was half and half for me when I listened to the album. But this track right here, he did his own thing. He did his thing. I liked it. This Gordon Banks, though, I like his vocals. I don't know who he is. I might look him up a little later, but I like his vocals, what he did on there. And obviously, Meek Mill. Another slow track. Like I said, I wouldn't mind if the rest of the album been a slow track. And it's not repetitive either. It's actually not bad. I have to be in that mood. I feel like he took a page out of Rick Ross's book, because we all know Rick Ross make that boss music, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people didn't like Ross for that when he switched up, but a lot of people I love Ross when he speaks on shit like that, man. He makes you feel like you rich, you living vicariously through his raps, and for, like that's to me, I like that, man. I want to hear his story. I want to hear the storytelling. I want to feel the life you live, So I think that these tracks right here, he's actually, trying to give us a glimpse into his mind and what he felt like, what Meek Mill feels like, what Meek Mill goes through. So spoke on a couple L's though. It's been mostly W's though. So yeah, another track I didn't like right here was track 9, Connect the Dots. It sounded like a throwaway track from Deeper Than Money, to be real with you. Like, I just don't understand why he would put this on here. I mean, it kind of sounded really lazy too on the production. I just don't know. I just feel like it was just a throwaway track. Yo Gotti's verse was wasn't really anything crazy. Even Rick Ross could have done better. Meek Mill just sounded like he was screaming again, but at the same time there was really no emotional connection to it. I think that mean, what? Like, I think that he just put that on here because we had 5 straight slow tracks, maybe. But I didn't like that track at all. Like, I will not bump that in the whip.
When I put up on you, it was late nights in the band, though. Fucking on you good, got you bustin' like you Rambo. Love fat, so she get it from her mama. She just want the money, she ain't fucking with no bloggers. Fuck you wanna keep it.
I know I said I was gonna skip the track and talk about it when I didn't like a song, but I had to at least put a little bit right there because that track right there, Fall Through, what was that? Like, I felt like he was so offbeat on that track. Like, I can't be the only one that felt like he was offbeat. Like, I honestly thought, I was like, is he just like talking and then they put the beat in the wrong cadence or something, like, and you know, like it wasn't synced right, because it sounded like that track wasn't even synced well, to be honest. Like, it sounded like it was just delayed and shit, you know, on YouTube, and for some reason, like, you press the space bar and you press the space bar again, shit be delayed as fuck. You be watching like, what the fuck am I watching? Why this shit is 5-second delay? That's what I felt like with this track, man. That is not good. That was not a good track. There's 2 tracks back to back that I didn't like, Connect the Dots and Fall Through. I mean, he could have did better on that. I think it was trying to be a slow track, but then he was like rapping too fast. I don't know, man. Like, let me know how y'all feel about that. I honestly need to know if y'all really like that track, because that track was trash to me, like, for real. Track 11, Never Lose, featuring Liz Cameras. I go get a fresh one real quick, you know. Had to take me like a little 20-minute fresh one.
On my shows, I will never lose, I will never lose. Better views, that was never real, but they better lose. Tell them how you feel, niggas flipping on you, tell them let them snooze. When we see them niggas, treat them like they fools. Hey, where's I wanna have a the block? I see my dogs on their back, it was slow. I see that bitch turn up bed like a pro. You turn your back, you can't come back no more. Show no real ones, I'm just carrying them off. Just when they thought they was laughing at me, oh, grab me the door. Took the patty, let it rip on my arm. No, no, let me lose.
Hey.
I didn't like the first verse when he came in, but I like it right here.
At first, I wasn't really feeling it. First 30 seconds, I didn't like the chorus of Lit's Cameras. I didn't really like it. But then Meek came in on the second part, the second half of the song. I'm like, damn, okay, Meek speaking some real shit. And then I like the chorus, the second chorus he did. I don't know, it just sounded different. Leading out to the outro of the song. I mean, I was really feeling it at that point, but I wasn't really feeling it at the beginning. But then it grew on me as the song went on. So it was just a little up and down. You know, like I said, I probably can like that track for what it is. Alright, so track 11, I did not like Glow Up. I sat here and I was sitting here like, what is he actually doing with the track? You know, there was no build up to the beat. It wasn't even like, you know, Meek Mill, normal Meek Mill, what he usually does when, you know, he's like going on the beat, going real hard on it, and, you know, not saying like I like the screaming shit. I've already explained it, you know, many times throughout the video. But I do like when he puts a little bit more passion into the rap. I felt like that track Glow Up right there, it was just lackadaisical. It wasn't really anything too special, man. Like, look, we've been here with Meek Mill now. It's been like 6-7 years now, man. I expect more out of you, and that's just what I felt about that track. I just didn't really like that one. We got track 13, Young Black America, featuring The Dream, the legend.
Yeah, that's the only thing we ever saw. We repeat that. They was playing ball, fought them hard. Said I'll be back. Broad day, threw his life away. Soon as he clapped, get that boy a license. They let it get out of hand. Oh, jeez, never told us loving in advance. Young niggas killing young niggas. The prophecies of the wild nigga. No church. My uncle said stop bitching, nigga. No skirts. It's kinda crazy. There's another world on the other side of town.
I'm glad to see that The Dream can still blow. I'm glad to see that, because that was one of my artists growing up on. You know, from the R&B side, that was one of the artists I really grew up listening to, so I'm glad The Dream can still do it.
Young Black America.
Hey, okay, I like this mess right here. Smooth vibe from both of them, you know, Meek Mill and The Dream. I believe that The Dream can still make music in today's world. You know, like, The Dream is definitely very talented. I believe he writes for a lot of people as well, so he's not totally out of the scene, but, you know, from making albums and whatnot and projects, I think The Dream has just pulled himself aside from that. Meek Mill, though, I like him on. Like I said, man, you know what, we're gonna keep repeating that track after track. This man is, I like his cool raps. I like when he's you know, soothing. I like when he's chill. I like all that, man. Like, this man, like, you don't always have to scream to get our attention. You know, we here, we listening to you. We know we still fans of you. We still love your music. So just keep that in mind. Open was another track I really didn't like, man. I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, this is gonna be some slow shit. And y'all know I'm not biased towards slow stuff. I definitely love slow stuff. But I just felt like that track didn't belong on here. It was too slow. And I mean, Bert Simmons' vocals were really amazing there. You know, open. You know, what I'm saying? I like what he did there, but Meek Mill just on the track just sounded like he was so out of place. Like it just didn't belong. I mean, I didn't like that one. Track 15, Ball Player, featuring Quavo.
Poured up in the ash, 10 hoes in the match. Only 2 of them nasty, other 8 all blasted. They don't wanna go to college. Blue bird in the mail, feeling like blue. Here come the mail, I wanna
Feeling like Blue's Clues. Why? Well, where's the correlation in that?
Kick that shit like Bruce Lee. So, 2, 3. I won't fuck her sushi. Second that paper like Lucy. Pull up in the road, we 2 deep. Big weight fish scales. Blue bird in the mail. Feeling like blue. Here come the mail, I wanna
I still don't get the correlation, but I fuck with it. Alright, for me, man, that track right there, it sounded like some fucking game Final Boss music. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know, y'all gamers, we feel it. Final Fantasy, Final Boss music. Like, that's what it felt like with the beat was. I like Quavo's hook, even though I didn't understand the correlation between he's feeling like Blue's Clues. I don't know what that meant. Meek Mill was definitely doing his thing though. One of the hyper tracks on this album, even though like Wins and Losses was probably more hype, the most hype on this album. I like Ball Player. Ball Player wasn't that bad. Track 16, Made It From Nothing, featuring Tiana, Taylor, and Rose again.
Why you think you never hear about what they did to me? 100 bands, quarter million, talking big money. Bunch of posted in the jungle with a ladder. How can they compare me to a rapper?
Yeah, hey, this is some soul right here. I fuck with this one.
Damn, it feels good, baby. Yeah, the way. Before we do the jokes.
Hey, this nigga Rose about to go in.
I gave my niggas game before they knew the ropes. Now let's talk about numbers, I really do on boats. Staying in my lane out of the Uzi smoke. You only beating cases based on who you know. Public defender gave him a funeral. Juvenile said the Vipers and never knew the rules.
See, man, that's what I wanted from Meek Mill, man. Like, I was expecting after that Heavy Heart track we listened to that every track was gonna be like something like that, like Made It From Nothing, man. Like that is that emotion, yo. That is that soul. Like, yo, he's bringing, man. You can feel his struggle, yo. You can see his struggle through the music. And I don't understand why he just didn't do every other track like that, man. Like Wins and Losses. Right there, you could definitely speak on like his losses, yo. Him coming up from the struggle, him coming up from nothing. And then, you know, now he got something he's speaking on it, yo. Like, I will never go back, all that shit. And then, you know, with Tiana bringing the vocals, it definitely brought out the song. And Rose always got that cool flow, man. You know, Rose boss music. You can't really hate Rick Ross on any feature, you know what I'm saying? Like, he brings that flavor to it. Like, I feel like Meek Mill should have just did that with this whole album, man. Like, I'm not saying that I'm disappointed with the album. Just more say that the album isn't as crazy as I expected, just because, you know, it's something that we heard from Meek, man, and you know, it sounds like he had all this time, and it's like, why? What were you doing all this time? And like, I understand that, you know, you probably had, you know, to reflect, but come on, man, like, damn, like this is a beautiful track, man. Like, you could have made 14 tracks like this, like 13 tracks like this. I believe that you could have made it. So that's just me. Track 17, Price.
Got feelings too. I did that shit at the top, man. You think you sitting it up? Caught up with your dreams when nobody else to come. Tears up on my face, cause I know I'm gonna be straight.
I feel you, me.
They hate you when you're winning, but they love it when you break. This the price of being great. This the price of the money, and no price of the Lord. I got out of the system, I jumped right on the Forbes. When I got out the ghetto, I jumped right on the tour. When I start on that Instagram, I'm just showing them more. I'm just showing you better. He's surviving the jungle. He be moving so clever. I'm talking truly, but rather than get back to my son. Talking crab in the barrel, they pull you back where I'm from. That's why.
Oh my God, I don't understand. Like, why couldn't you just make those 2 tracks back to back right there, man? Amazing tracks, man. Like, I don't know, man. Look, my opinions on this album. I think I already said it after Made It From Nothing, but I mean, my statement stands, man. Like, if he would have made tracks after Heavy Heart, just like Heavy Heart, like with Made It From Nothing, Price, Heavy Heart, Wins and Losses, I like that. I think that this album would have been amazing, man, for Meek Mill. I think a lot of it was really out of place. like I said, he didn't know if he wanted to be hype, he didn't know if he wanted to be slow. And when he was trying to be like, you know, soulful and that conscious rap, it just, you know, it just didn't work for him because he was trying to do something different. I feel like Meek Mill has a distinct way of delivering his music to people, and that's why people like him. But I do say that, you know, the album was wins and losses. He did talk about his losses more than his wins, I would say. You know, just him coming from the bottom, him not having shit, people sleeping on him, you know, giving him an L, saying he wouldn't be nothing, all that type of stuff. So the concept was there. I just didn't feel like he had a lot of his winnings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there wasn't a lot of positive music in there as well. That's another thing too. Other than that, man, the album, I didn't like 5 tracks on here. You know, Issues, Connect the Dots, Fall Through, Glow Up, Open. I didn't like those tracks. Like I said, I felt like they were just missing something for me, or they just didn't belong. But I mean, for the most part, it can't be that bad. You know, 12 out of 17 tracks. But the thing is, what's crazy is, you know, usually I say 12 out of 17, 14 out of 17, stuff like that. This was 12 out of 17, but for me, the 12 weren't as strong as, you know, usually, you know, tracks that I like. On here, I really only truly liked 6, 7 tracks on here, like actually liked. Like I would go back and, you know, add to my playlist and listen to them again. But for the most part, man, like it was rather weak 12, man. A weaker album from Meek Mill. You know, definitely not one of my favorites. I don't know if I'm gonna replay this again. I mean, let me know how y'all feel about it. Like, look, man, y'all know I fuck with Meek Mill. I like the hype Meek Mill. Y'all done seen my videos. If Meek Mill drops some hype shit, I'm there and I'm hyped, bro. I fuck with Meek. He be flowing and rapping fast and spitting and screaming. Look, I fuck with Meek. I'm on his team. But I'm just saying, look, I'm gonna just give credit where credit's due sometimes. Right now, credit is just not due. I just feel like it was rather weak. I mean, just because he didn't stick to like I said, Heavy Heart was a great track. The last 2 tracks on the album were really well put together. Honestly, I just think the time he had, you know what I'm saying, taking this whole year off, he should have just did something else with it. He should have just did more. And you know, that's not bad, expecting more out of an artist that you really like. You know, you expect the greatness from him. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But like I said, 12 out of 17 tracks that you know, they were there. 6 tracks that I truly liked on here, and you know, that's how I just feel. Nothing's gonna change. Let me know if y'all feel the same way. Let me know, Meek fans, let me know how y'all feel. If y'all think this is one of his better albums or one of his weaker albums, let me know. I need to know y'all. I need to know the stands, how they truly feel. Don't get mad at me because I don't like your artist, man. Look, I'm just gonna keep it real. If I like it, I like it, and if I don't, I don't. So we just keep it like that. Hey man, don't forget, like the video if you like the video. Don't forget, share, subscribe. Let's get 2,000 likes on here again. Like, let's keep it at 2,000. 2,000 is a safe number, you know. I think I can keep going forward. I feel like I got a lot of support if I can get 2,000 likes on the video. So with that being said, don't forget, follow me on the social networks. Let me know what y'all want to hear, all that good stuff. I think the next albums I got coming, I'll put in the comments below, so look for them. And yeah, man, hey, continue to support me. I'm gonna be here, never stop, always grinding a new day. And until the next time, we out.